Hi everyone, Nathan Hall here. Our activity for this week is going to be a fiction story reading. I'm not sure what other English classes people are in. Some of you are in American literature, some of you in global literature, some of you in literacy. So we're going to try to do a simple story that kind of takes a look at as many of these as I can. It's a story called The Onion Thief. So our goal, look at idiomatic expressions with illustrations and form idea around small groups. We're also going to look at how verbs change tenses, little grammar point there. And the elements of a story is going to be our big focus. This is a big thing we're going to talk about. Point of view we'll also look at as well. So our story is set in a place called Persia. You can find it on the maps now as Iran, but if you've ever seen the movie Prince of Persia or played the game, same place. Used to be a great empire. So we talked a little about past tense verbs before, but first some new vocabulary. These are some words that'll come up: ashamed and guilty, basket, clench, grab, hold, rope, cord, snapping fingers, that'll happen, village. Here's our story. I'm not going to read the whole thing here. We'll go over in the live classes, and you can also read the PowerPoint, which I will post. It's a story about a man who liked to take the easy way in life, a young man from Persia, who one day snaps his fingers. Hey, you know what? I could just go to a farm, steal some onions. So he's real happy with himself. He gets a horse. He goes riding out to get those onions. See a description here. He goes in, fills the basket till it's full, but it's too heavy for his horse. So the horse rears back. At this point, a little bit of reflection. Why do you think he preferred to steal instead of work? We'll look more at reflection next pod. This is a bit of a preview. Also, this is a good time to practice prediction, which we talked about with the Project Mulberry story. What do you think will happen next? Do you think it's going to go well for this guy? So the farmer hears what's happening, goes rushing out. Again, a little more. How do you feel if you were the farmer? And also we're going to take a second look at the grammar. So to make these all things that happened, they're just past tense. We add ed to the end. Crouched. Sometimes an extra letter. We'll go over this in the live class. Because one thing I will test you on, this will be on the activities. Irregular verbs. Be becomes was, think becomes thought, find becomes found. So also, a quick review. What's our conflict? Who's fighting who? This happens a lot in stories. I think we'll review in the live classes. So here, he's fighting him. He's fighting his society and his parents. She's fighting herself. He's fighting nature. Those are some of the different kinds. We'll look more at that later. So every story has a conflict. In every story you're ever going to read, someone will fight something. It can be someone fighting someone else, someone fighting all society, someone fighting the environment, or someone fighting his or herself. Quick vocabulary review with the definitions. So back to the story. Our young man Reza, he goes to the village elder, an old man. He feels bad about it. A little bit of reflection question we can go over in class. He's given a choice. He can either pay 100 gold coins, he can take 100 whips, or he can eat the 100 onions he stole. So he says, okay, onions, I can do that. A little bit about what you would choose. Problem is, by the 25th, he's so sick. All right, I'll take the whipping. So he's about to get whipped. Yeah, here's a picture of what that does to your back. This guy had about 5 or 6. Reza's up to 10. So he ends up sick from eating a lot of onions, sore spots on his back, and out 100 gold coins. He feels miserable. So he thinks for a minute, snaps his finger, got another great idea to make money. So talk about the moral, little prediction in the live classes. Remember, regular verbs. We can make all these past tense by an ed. We have some other new vocabulary here. The irregular ones. Yeah, here we are. Sorry, I missed that slide. I'll fix this real fast. I swear it was fixed. Then when I set this up. Okay. These ones become something different. Pay becomes paid. Feel becomes felt. Wait becomes woken, hold becomes held, and so on. So a little bit of vocabulary matching. See if we can put these together in the live class. And then some compare and contrast about how his settlement, his punishment would affect people here. Then review the plot. The plot is what happens in a story. Kind of like a summary. We had this long story, we're putting it down very easy. Final review, the different kind of conflicts. Those of you like ghost movies, you've seen man fight a person, we'll just say man, fight the supernatural, people fighting themselves, people fighting society, people fighting other people, even people fighting technology. Every story has that. We'll review that, it'll be on the test. Then quick review, find the irregular verbs. So every story has conflict, we have irregular verbs. And we'll also look at how to learn fiction and some new vocabulary. That's it for now. Please come to the live class and or review these slides. Goodbye for now.